Hi everyone. Today we are continuing the previous topic, that is linear transformations 2. See the definition carefully. What is a transformation matrix? In linear algebra, linear transformation can be represented by matrices. It is a linear transformation. Suppose a linear transformation in a matrix M that operates on vector space V and results in vector in a different space W. See the linear transformations. A linear transformation is a function t from Rn tends to Rm that satisfies the following properties. Already you know very well. That is, what is a linear transformation? Means a transformation of A alpha into B beta is equal to A into transformation of alpha plus B into transformation of beta. Here alpha, beta are vectors and small a comma b are scalars. Suppose here a linear transformation defined t from Rn tends to Rm. The conditions are transformation of x plus y is equal to transformation of x plus transformation of y. Transformation of Ax is equal to A into transformation of x. Here A is a scalar. X comma y belongs to Rn and here A is a scalar. This is the linear transformations conditions. The linear transformation t from R3 tends to R3 is defined by transformation of xyz is equal to 2x plus 3y plus z, and the second one is 3x plus 3y plus z, and the third one is 2x plus 4y plus z. Show that t is inversible and find its inverse. Now you have to take the matrix A is denoted as the x quotient, y quotient, and at the same time now you have to take the coefficient of z. In the first one you have to observe 2, 3, 1. In the same way you have to see the second row. The elements are 3, 3, 1. That means x coefficient is 3, y quotient is 3, and at the same time the coefficient of z is denoted as 1. And the last row 2x plus 4y plus z. The x quotient is 2, y quotient is 4, and the z quotient is 1. Now find out the det. Suppose det A is equal to 0, the inverse is not possible. Find out the det A value. Compulsory det A not equal to 0. That means det A is equal to 1 or 3 or 5 or any value. But that value compulsory not equal to 0. The inverse is possible. Its inverse is A inverse. That value is minus 1, 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, 6 minus 2, minus 3. Therefore, T is inversible. And its standard matrix is A inverse. But inverse is possible. Compulsory the condition is det A not equal to 0. That is very, very important here. The det A value is not equal to 0. The inverse is possible. Linear transformations. First of all, see the t from R2 tends to R2. Transformation of x is equal to 2x1 plus 3, x2 minus 4. And the second one is t from R2 tends to R2. Transformation of x is equal to x1 plus x2 and x1 x2. And the third one is m2 tends to r power 4. Transformation of a11, a12. And the second row is denoted as a21, a22. The column is denoted as, here the transformation can be changed as a11, a21, a12, a22. Transformation of R2 tends to M2. Transformation of x is equal to x1, x2, x2 and 2x1. Now that another value is, another problem is t from R2 tends to M2. Transformation of x is equal to x1, x2 and x2, 2. F, that means t value t from R3 tends to P2. transformation of u is equal to, here the condition is u1 plus u2x plus u3x square, and the next one is t from p3 tends to p2. Transformation of px is equal to d by dx of px. Next one is t from p2 tends to p3. Transformation of px is equal to integral of p of x dx. Here p2 is equal to, the polynomial is denoted as c0 plus c1x plus c2x square, where the quotients c0, c1 and c2 belongs to R. The set of all polynomials of degree at most 2 whose quotients are real numbers. Similarly, P3 is the set of all polynomials of degree at most 3 with real quotients. Already you have to learn the topic about linear transformations. The conditions are transformation of P1 plus V2 is equal to transformation of P1 plus transformation of P2. A linear transformation is a function T defined on a vector space. Now this vector space W satisfying the rules. First one is transformation of V1 plus V2 is equal to transformation of V1 plus transformation of V2. The another one is transformation of K into V1 is equal to K of transformation of V1, where K is a scalar. Now see the theorem. Assume V is equal to Rn and W is equal to Rm. Then T is represented as matrix multiply. Transformation of X is equal to Ax. Where A is the n by m matrix whose columns are given in the terms of identity matrix. That means column of A comma j is equal to transformation of columns of I comma j. Now you have to take the values. J is equal to 1, 2, so on up to n. Now see the definition. A basis of a vector space. V is a set of vectors. The vectors are V1, V2, so on up to Vn, such that for every vector V in V can be uniquely written in a linear combination. What is a linear combination? In vector spaces 1 and vector spaces 2, what is a linear combination? Means suppose the scalars are denoted as a1, a2, a3, so on up to, and the vectors are alpha 1 and alpha 2, so on up to alpha n. The linear combination is denoted as a1 alpha 1 plus a2 alpha 2 plus so on up to an alpha n. In the same way, here also you have to take the linear combination, but here the vectors span V are the independent. Next, see the theorem. Every basis, that means set of V1, V2, so on up to Vn of V gives a relation transformation of sigma j is equal to the values from 1 to n Cj Vj, that is equal to sigma j is equal to 1 to n C of j and W of j, where W of j is equal to transformation of Vj. Finding the inverse of a linear transformation. Here the linear transformation T from R3 tends to R3 is defined by transformation of x1, x2, x3 is equal to 2x1 plus 3x2 plus x3, and the another one is 3x1 plus 3x2 plus x3, and the last one is denoted as 2x1 plus 4x2 plus x3. Show that T is inversible and find its inverse. Solution. The standard matrix of T is A is equal to the quotient of x1 is denoted as 2 and the quotient of x2 is 3 and the quotient of x3 is 1. So that's why here the first row is denoted as 2, 3, 1. In the same way, here also you have to take the second row. That here the elements are the first element, that means the quotient of x1 is 3 and the same time the quotient of x3 is 3 and the third element is 1. So that's why here the second row can be changed as 3, 3, 1. In the same way here also you have to apply the same condition for the third row. That is, the quotient of x1 is 2 and the quotient of x2 is 4, and at the same time the quotient of x3 is 1. That's why here the third row can be changed as 2, 4, 1. Next one is a by I3, that means 2, 3, 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1 by 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. That can be changed as 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1 by minus 1, 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, 6, minus 2, minus 3. Determine whether the following functions are linear transformations. If they are, prove it. If not, provide a counter example to one of the properties. First one is transformation of R2 tends to R2 with transformation of xy is equal to x plus y. See the solution. This is a linear transformation. Let's check the properties. Transformation of x plus y, that is a transformation of similar of x plus transformation of similar of y. In the same way, apply all the conditions for transformations. Transformation of x1 x2 plus transformation of y1 y2 is equal to x1 x2 plus x1 plus x1 x2 plus y1 plus y2 y2. Thus we see that here the condition transformation of x plus y is equal to transformation of similar of x plus transformation of similar of y is equal to transformation of similar of x plus transformation of similar of y. This is the property holds. Here once again see the definition. Linear operator. The most common kind of operator encountered are linear operators. Now you have to take the two vectors denoted as u and v be the vector spaces over the field K. And here this means that a linear operator preserves vector space operations in the sense that it does not matter whether you apply the linear operator before or after the operations of addition and scalar multiplication. In more technical words, linear operators are more monomorphisms between vector spaces. In the finite dimensional case, linear operators can be represented by matrices in the following way. Let be a field and be finite dimensional vector spaces over. Linear functional. A linear functional or a linear form on a vector space LL over a field KK is a mapping f from L tends to K such that f of x plus y is equal to f of x plus f of y. And after that you have to take f of lambda x is equal to lambda into f of x. Now for all x comma y belongs to Lx and lambda belongs to k, lambda belongs to k. The concept of a linear functional is an important special case of the concept of a linear operator. Is one of the main concepts in linear algebra. And places a significant role in analysis. The operations of addition and multiplication by a scalar are defined according to the formulas f plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x and lambda of f of x is equal to lambda of f of x. Here these are the conditions for the linear functional, but here f comma g belongs to L and x belongs to L and lambda belongs to k. Now see the definition of a zero transformation. For any vector where denotes the zero matrix and vector of 0 that is equal to 0 0 0 so on up to 0 denotes the component 0 vector. The zero transformation maps every vector, that is, for example, let's look at the zero transformation. Identity operator. The identity function is a linear operator. When applied to vector spaces, the identity function on the positive integers is a completely multiplicative function. That means I of alpha is equal to alpha for all alpha belongs to V. This is an identity operator. In a metric space, the identity is trivially an isometry. Thank you.